Hello gorgeous people, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. I'm so excited because we're going to be reviewing a brand new fragrance from one of my favorite houses, Maison Martin Margiela, the Replica line. As soon as I saw this fragrance, I was like, yeah, I am going to blind buy this. I need to review it for you guys. I'm a huge fan of their fragrances. I feel like they really capture the moment. And when it says they're going to capture a date, I absolutely need to try it out. So if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Karina Waldron and we do a lot of fragrance, beauty, and lifestyle content here on this channel. So please subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've tried out this fragrance and what is your favorite fragrance from the Replica line. Comment down below and let's get into this video. So this is a brand new release. I went into my local Sephora. They didn't have a tester, but they did have the actual fragrance. They did have the fragrance out for purchase. So this was a complete blind buy. I didn't test it out in stores or anything like that, but I just knew I had to smell on a date. I really needed to see how they captured that special moment. Was it going to be romantic? Was it going to be sexy? I need to know. So the outer packaging is really pretty, as with their other fragrances from the Replica line. I love like this textured box that they always do. It's really pretty. So on a date, they always gives you a little bit of a description for this one. Grapes and roses. We love that. I have seen the campaigns and they definitely emphasize that it's going to be very rosy, maybe a little boozy with like a wine kind of scent to it. So I really had to try it out for myself. Some of my favorites from the Replica line is By the Fireplace. Autumn Vibes I fell in love with over the winter time. When I first got it, I didn't like it. I thought it was very masculine. But during the winter, when I wear it out, when it's cold, it smells divine. So I really, really like that one. I also really like Whispers in the Library, which I heard might have gotten discontinued. Don't quote me on that. But there are just so many gorgeous one. Lipstick On is a classic, another discontinued one, but they have really beautiful fragrances that are just absolutely breathtaking, and they evoke such a special memory because they take you to that moment in time. It's absolutely beautiful how this brand captures that in a bottle. So here is the bottle, the famous bottle that we all love. Very minimalistic. It always looks so gorgeous on my vanity. So I'm reading everything off of Fragrantica on my phone. The main accords, according to Fragrantica, is aromatic, woody, rose, earthy, fruity, green, soft, spicy, fresh, spicy, mossy, and patchouli. Sometimes I agree with Fragrantica and sometimes I really don't. The perfumer behind this fragrance is Carlos Binaim. I hope I am not butchering that name. And like I said, this was, it says 2022, but I feel like it was launched in 2023. Maybe I'm late to the game. So top notes, we have blackcurrant syrup, pink pepper, and bergamot. I see a lot of fragrances opening with those kind of notes, and it really reminded me of the C collection from Armani. A lot of the times they open with these very similar notes here. The middle notes, we have rose, davana, and geranium, and then the base notes, we have moss, patchouli, vetiver, and musk. So in the base, we have a lot of like green, earthy, sharper tones, and then we have your florals in there. So when I looked at the notes, I knew I was going to get sort of like almost like a mix of like a fruity floral with a hit of greenness or some kind of freshness, right? So when I look at the accords of Fragrantica, I do agree with it for the most part. I have sampled this while I got home because I wanted to give you guys an honest review, not a first impression, but more so a review style video, and let you guys know my thoughts on the fragrance while wearing it and all of that stuff. So let's spray her on the skin real quick. The atomizer is beautiful, just like the other ones. Okay, the opening is definitely a burst of spiciness. It's going to capture your attention right away. Does it remind me slightly of C from Armani? It kind of does. I'm not going to lie. instantly you are going to get almost like a fruity take on this fragrance for sure. Like that opening is sharp, it's a little spicy, it's bright, but it subsides quite quickly, and then it goes into those floral tones that I think are beautiful. And I definitely pick up on that rose note. It's there in the dry down. And then the base, okay? You have to enjoy a bit of complexity. It's not just a floral fragrance. You're definitely gonna get all of those elements of like green tones, almost like an earthy tone in your fragrance in the dry down. But I think that's what makes this scent a little more special. It's not just a typical, on a date, I need a fragrance that's gonna be super floral. It has a little bit of this green, earthy tone to the dry down. It's very attractive. That's what I want to say. It's not very feminine. Like, I don't find it ultra girly and feminine. I can totally see a guy wearing this fragrance and pulling it off very well. I wouldn't say it's borderline completely unisex, but it doesn't lean ultra girly to me. Even though there is a nice dose of sweetness in that fragrance, it's not a sugar vanilla sweet. And none of that is in the breakdown of the notes. It's more coming from the floral tones, and that, like, I pick up some like fruity tones also. To me, when I smell this, it definitely gives me a little bit of this like cocktail vibe for sure. Like I smell it and I'm getting a rosé, a very fruity rosé tone in this fragrance. So it does really capture a moment of like, you're pouring a gorgeous glass of rosé. You really are. When I close my eyes. Now, am I on a date where drinking rosé? I mean, I could be at home drinking rosé, but it is sort of like a romantic, pretty scent. Absolutely not what most people would think a date would smell like, which is like complete florals all over the place. It just has a little bit more of a, like a little something in there, you know what I mean? And I really, really enjoy it. I find the projection is beautiful, and a lot of the replica fragrances, let's be real, do not last or project that well. Maybe initially, but in the dry down, it kind of falls a little flat, especially the lighter scents. But when we're talking like by the fireplace, jazz clubs, those definitely last longer because they have those heavier notes. This one, it doesn't have super heavy notes in the top or the mid, but the base, look at those notes in the base. Those notes are to make your fragrance last longer. Patchouli is always gonna be there. Moss is very prominent. Those notes really stand out. And so on me, this fragrance lasts really well. I wouldn't say it's beast mode, but it definitely sits on the skin and lingers throughout the entire day for me. Anyone that's going to get close to me, aka my hubby, he's definitely going to smell that on my neck, on my hair. But I wouldn't say it projects super loud after the 2-3 hour mark. You can always top up this fragrance for sure, but the initial spray is definitely a burst of scent all over you. It does definitely create like a scent bubble around me, and I really, really love that. So if you are going on a date, spray this right before leaving, and that scent will linger. I don't find that this fragrance is super obnoxious. It's not overly boozy. It's not head inducing, like headache inducing. It's not going to annoy too many people. So great for anyone that you're going on a date with. And it's not extremely loud. So it's beautiful. Do I think that it smells like going on a date? I don't know. You know, it depends what kind of date you're going on. To me, this smells like a date outdoors. Like you're outdoors for sure because of that, like almost like that green earthy tone that you're getting in the dry down. It feels like you are outdoors. It's definitely spring summer vibes to me. And you maybe are doing a picnic, just like their campaign images. Like when I really close my eyes, that is what I'm getting from this fragrance. It's not sexy, you know, it's not going to be a sexy little black dress, red lipstick moment. It's going to be a little bit more casual, a little bit more classy, a little bit more laid back. That's the word that I want to say. It's a little bit more of a laid back daytime, springtime date. Maybe they could have did a date night part 2, which would have been a little bit more sexy and like dark and like nighttime vibes. But to me, this is more of a daytime vibe fragrance. It's a pretty one. It's one that I'm absolutely going to keep because I see myself wearing this quite often, especially when springtime rolls around. I don't know if this would be a winter scent, so I'm kind of surprised that they released it this time of the year. Well, at least here in Canada, it's quite cold and it's winter and it's snowing. And this one just isn't calling my name for that time of the year. But for springtime and summer, I can absolutely see myself wearing this quite frequently. I love the deeper tones in the dry down. I think that it pulls very uniquely on my skin. And I love fragrances that have the note moss in them. I find that it gives it a very unique take on the fragrance. So I'm loving that in this scent too. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think it's very beautiful. I don't think it's like the most extraordinary, unique scent out there, 100%. I can be honest and say that there are other fragrances in the Replica line that I enjoy more than this one, but it is a scent that I am glad that I got. I'm glad it's my collection. I will be wearing it. And I'm really happy with what they did in terms of their interpretation of a date. To me, it smells like a really fruity rosé. That if you want a fragrance like that vibe, but kind of like an earthy dry down, that's what you're going to get in this bottle. That is what you are going to get in this bottle. So it's a pretty scent. I'm glad I have it, but I don't think everyone needs it. And I think you should definitely test it out if you're unsure. Go into your local Sephora, give it a smell, and then decide if you need a full-size bottle. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. That was my quick spiel on this scent. I think it's beautiful, and I'm so excited to see what you guys think of this scent in the comment section. So leave a comment down below. Also give my video a big thumbs up because it really does help YouTube push it to other people. And I will see you all on the next video. Ciao!